Hi, everybody. Am I going to wear a hat tonight? Sometimes I put on a hat and sometimes I don't. What my hair looks like, I don't know. What am I doing, you guys? I help you guys. There, we go where I at. You guys, welcome. I'm looking at it from YouTube. And so it looks when I'm doing this, it's actually the other way because it's like a mirror effect. So welcome, you guys. If you were here and saw the little mishap, there it is. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, you guys. Happy Thursday. This time I'll try not to screen share so much so it doesn't like freeze up and then, everything just goes to hell in a handbasket really quickly. But welcome, you guys. Something just got in my eye. Gosh. Welcome, 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 you guys. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, you guys. Happy April 25th. Let me know if you can hear me, see me clearly. Make sure the volume's up. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Happy Thursday, you guys. Welcome, welcome. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you see me? Where are you? Tell me where you're from because I like to know where you're from. Tell me where you're from. Yes, Timothy said yes. Yes, you can hear me and see me. Timothy. Happy Thursday, you guys. I always come on like a few minutes early so we can like troubleshoot and make sure everything is Long Island, New York. Okay. Make sure everything is everything, basically, right? That's what we're on. So we got about 3 minutes. Rochester, New York. I just did that because I'm like, Rochester, weren't y'all on the foreclosure list for something? Rochester. Maybe that was last year. Rochester, New York. I'll go back and look here shortly and we can see. But I know New York. Was it Rochester? I don't know. Don't worry. I'll think of it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Georgia. Not next week, but week after next, y'all have that big auction in Georgia. I always say that anytime anybody comes on here from Georgia and Texas, I'm like, you got your big auction coming up the first Tuesday of the month. I'm in Mississippi next week auctioning. Detroit, Michigan. Y'all stay on the list, Yvette. Y'all stay on the list for something. I just feel like maybe it's just opportunities. When you stay on the list I live in Memphis, so we always on the list for something. That just means there's opportunities, Yvette. That just means it's opportunities. Georgia, y'all are on the list for a lot of commercial foreclosures this go round. Y'all are in the top 10. New York, Georgia, California, Florida, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Illinois. Yeah, top commercial foreclosures right now. Boom. Welcome, welcome. Look, I'm on here a little early. Make sure everybody can hear me, see me clearly. So we're all about the opportunities. I'm in Mississippi next week auctioning. So I'm at the courthouse in Mississippi. Auctioning. So I've got to print off my paperwork next week since I'm not there. Sometime next week, I will be in Mississippi auctioning. So, Alma, we got 1 more minute. Everybody, I like to know where you're from. If you can hear me, if you could see me, you tell me where you're from. Detroit, Georgia, Rochester. I think y'all are on the list for foreclosures, but I think it was like a couple of months ago. I don't feel like Rochester has been on the list like 2024. I felt like you were kind of on there for 2023, but I'll go back and verify that information. I don't want to give out any wrong information. How many states am I auctioning? How many states do I auction in? Georgia, welcome. I auction in Tennessee and Mississippi. Tennessee and Mississippi is where I've been. There's been talks of Texas, but as of right now, it's Tennessee, like Shelby County, which is Memphis, Jackson. I've auctioned in Nashville. I do Mississippi, like northwest Mississippi, like rural counties in Mississippi. And then, of course, here in Memphis and Shelby County. Indianapolis. Indianapolis. You know, I always put like an accent every time I say anybody's state. Indianapolis. South Carolina, Florida. Of course, we always gonna have like Florida representing for sure. Florida is always here. South Carolina, y'all, you know, y'all been on the list. Colette, South Carolina. What's that? Spartanburg, South Carolina. Columbia, South Carolina. Y'all on the list. South Carolina. Memphis. Hi, Coach Jay, the digital lead. Her. If you want to write some good long form content, if your business needs good long form content writing, right? Your content you need your content to make sales, hit up Coach J. I'm telling you. Follow her. Okay, Miami, South Carolina. Okay, it's 8:00, you guys. It's 8:00. All right. Texas, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Okay, you guys, it's 8:00. Let's get started because you know on the East Coast it's 9:00, and in California it's like they just waking up in California. It's probably like 11:00 in California. So, you guys, welcome. If you are new here, if you have no idea who I am, you guys, welcome. Let me do my intro because I forget once I start talking. So, I'm Ashley Pickens. I'm here in Memphis, Tennessee, you guys. I have been in real estate for the last decade. I've been in real estate since 2006. So, it's going on 18 years. So, 2006, 18 years ago, 2020, are we going to have like a downturn in the market on like the 20-year anniversary of our last housing downturn? Ooh, the plot thickens. Anyway, let me finish. So I got licensed in 2006 as a real estate agent. I've also been a real estate broker, but most people know me because I auction off foreclosures at the courthouse. I am the one that says going once, going twice, sold. That is me. Because everybody's always confused when I'm like, today's property is, they're like, are you down there bidding on the properties? I'm like, no, I'm the one conducting the auction. I'm, some people refer to it as like crying the auction, cry, like outcry. Investors, old school investors still text me and is like, are you crying the auction downtown? And I'm like, no, not. So some people still refer to it as crying the auction, but I conduct the auction. I call the auction me. I'm your auction mama. So I auction off foreclosures for banks. I work for the attorneys, basically, and the trustees. And I have been doing that for at least the last 8 years. I've been auctioning. And like I was telling everybody, I auction in here, Shelby County, Tennessee, parts of Tennessee, as far as Nashville and Mississippi, and a lot of the rural counties down here is what I do. And that's where a lot of people found me. I started making videos about auctions, the auction process. How to buy a house at the auction is still my number one video on YouTube to this day. And I made that back in 2020. And that is still my most watched video right now. So I've got over 300 videos on YouTube, mostly about real estate, foreclosures, auctions, just how I'm feeling, my opinion on what's going on in the market, and all of that. So welcome everybody who's new. Lately, we got a lot of new people in the community. So welcome. I'm happy to have you. Mostly it's just my opinion on what I think is going on in the real estate market. And I focus on the distressed market. I guess you could call me like the Grim Reaper, but that's so dark, isn't it? But I do focus on the distressed market. Like I go and talk to, like when they do first time home buyers, like when people want to get down payment assistance and they got to take that class, I sometimes go, I'm the dark side of real estate, right? I'm what happens when you don't pay your mortgage, even though we don't like to talk about that. I think it's very important that we talk about, because now and going forward, when people get in a bind, I notice that people have no idea what to do, right? When people get behind on their mortgage or when they're facing foreclosure, they just have no idea what to do, honestly. And a lot of people just walk away from their homes, right? So then I started, I guess I just do too much. I just do too much. So I auction, and then I kind of talk about how to prevent foreclosure, and then I help people who are in foreclosure save their house, right? I feel like it kind of makes up for the fact that I auction off their house. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Um, because yes, I'm that person that will probably auction off your house. But I'm very transparent about that, for the record. I'm very transparent. My business card says auctioneer. So it's not, that is not anything that I keep to myself. I am absolutely that person that will auction off your house. But I'm absolutely that person that will help you, save it, sell it, do whatever you want to do. I'm that person too. So, such is life, right? So, welcome everybody. Glad to have you. I'm usually live on Sundays. But everybody knows this weekend is Granny's birthday. Granny is turning 100. So, I probably won't be on here on Sunday. So, let's talk tonight. Welcome back. Let's talk. Look, what do y'all want to talk about? We're talking about foreclosures. We're talking about auctions. Let's talk. Okay, so if this is not your first time here, you know that package of houses that's supposed to go up for auction today, the 8 townhouses. Do y'all remember what I'm talking about? The 8 houses that were on the auction list for today that the builder is losing. Blink once if you remember us talking about that. Blink twice if you remember. Just blink. So they postponed it. That is my whole point. They postponed it. Let's take a look real quick. Don't worry, I'm not going to freeze us up. If there are any technical difficulties, count to 30 and come back in. That's the new rule. That's the new house rules. New house rules. If Ashley does too much, clicks on something and lose y'all, count to 30 and come on back in. Okay, so I'm going to share. Okay, good. Everybody's blinking. Good. Okay, so look really quick and then we'll talk about this. So let me scroll up. I believe everybody can see. Don't get dizzy. There it is. You guys remember this one, the 8, they postponed it till May 9th. So that's not next week. Week after next is when those. Did some of y'all call? Did somebody call and try to buy the bundle, like buy 2, get 1 free? Did somebody call? I hope y'all called. Tried to make a deal with them. Be like, let me buy 4 and get all 8. You know what I mean? Buy 4 and get 4 free. 4 for 4. Let me buy 4 and get 4 free. Boom. That somebody needs to call them and see. So that is, I just wanted to update y'all on that because I was waiting on an opening bid to see how much they were going to go for, but clearly they got postponed. Have y'all been using PropWire? Y'all have been reaching out to me, you guys. Let's do that really quickly because I want to share that with you, and then we can talk about what's going on in the real estate world. But I know y'all come here for some guidance sometimes. So let's talk about PropWire really quickly, just because somebody reached out to me and said that they couldn't skip trace without signing up for the $99, right? And I'm like, nope, don't you sign up for the $99, right? Have y'all been using PropWire? I feel like a lot of y'all have gotten on PropWire and are playing around with it because I keep getting the messages, right? Somebody reached out to me. I think Tracy reached out to me and was like, Ashley, I got on PropWire and 2 houses on my street are in foreclosure. I was like, look. So you guys, PropWire free 99, because I know we all trying to save our coins for our investment properties, right? So we are trying to save our coins. So we are ready when to buy these properties for 50 cents on the dollar, right? 90 cents on the dollar. A commercial. Okay, look, I get all over the place. But let me start here real quick. Can everybody, hold on, let me show my screen really quickly. Just want to show you this. Boom, share screen. Boom. Hold on, let me make sure. Boom. Here we go, you guys. Here on PropWire, if you are not familiar with it, you guys, it's a great lead source, basically a lead generator for regardless of where you live. You can put in address, city, county, state, zip, all of the above, right? So we can do, I don't know, let's do 90210, right? Let's do Beverly Hills. 90210. Lead types, let's do auctions and pre-foreclosures. Got 23. Now, let me show you. You guys, you can just save them, click that, save it to a list, and then you can skip trace right there. Can everybody see that skip trace right there? You don't have to sign up for the $99. He said the guy filed. Who filed bankruptcy, Christian? Look, Christian. You called for the Sacramento rent. Did you, Christian? Did you? The plot thickens. The plot thickens with Ashley Pickens. I'm so goofy. You call Christian. Okay, look at you, Christian. Shout out to Christian for out here trying to get some information on the 8 properties. So he filed bankruptcy. I bet he did. If you got 8 properties with construction loans on them, I bet he did. Wow. So, okay, Christian, good looking out, Christian, doing the research for us, keeping the people informed. What's going on, Mike? Are you in Thailand? Is that where you are now? Thank you, Christian. Everybody say thank you, Christian, for giving us the tea on what's going on with the properties. The plot thickens with Ashley Pickens. Okay. So anyway, you guys, you can skip trace without paying the $99 fee. Okay. Just so everybody knows that. I also recommend that you save everything to a list so you don't skip trace it again. Okay. That's my little nugget for Prop Wire. Okay. So just know that you do not have to pay the $99. Prop Stream is $99. Prop Wire is free. 10 cents to skip trace. I know most places are like 12 cents to skip trace. 10 cents to skip trace, and it's free. Okay. You can upgrade to the $99, but you know what I'm saying. We trying to save our coins for the properties, right? So Vietnam, I knew it. I told you he was somewhere where it's probably 3 o'clock in the morning. So you guys, let's jump in. What's going on in the world of real estate? Did y'all see the tallest building in New York is in foreclosure? Tallest building in Brooklyn is in foreclosure. Did y'all see that? Tallest building in foreclosure. Also, Texas people. Where are my Texas people? Oh, it's 8:13 Friday. All my Texas people, did you see that Houston, I think it's 38% of Houston's multifamily loans are in like this watch mode, like warning, are being watched for like high default rate. Y'all, 38% of Houston. Houston's got the highest. Hold on, I'm going to find the article so we can talk about it really quickly. Commercial real estate is going to be, I think that is what's going to kick off. I don't know. I believe it's just so much going on. I say it's going to kick off, but nobody is denying the fact that commercial real estate is in trouble. Like nobody's denying that, right? And so, like I've said before, that what is it? 70% of our commercial real estate is held in these regional banks. So they real shaky right now, right? Everybody's watching these regional banks. I see people like some of these banks are trying to let their investors know, they might need some money, like Signature Bank did and Republic Bank did. But once you start telling people you need some money, they're going to start pulling their money out your bank, right? Once they start seeing you're in trouble. And even though they tried to make it seem like with Signature Bank and what was that, First Republic, like everything was okay, we got it fixed, even though they collapsed. Like we tried to hurry up and make it seem like it was all good. But once a bank starts collapsing, where there's one, there's two, and where there's two, there's three. So there's some cracks in the foundation, right? So we knew. So just keep an eye on regional banks because we're going to get a lot more that start crumbling, especially with commercial, especially with everything. Like banks are just like struggling right now. Like commercial, defaults are incredibly high. People aren't buying houses right now, regardless to what the news says. Home sales are down because people aren't getting more. These interest rates are too high for most people, right? It's just unaffordable for most people right now to buy a house. So banks aren't originating new loans. Hell, half the people who got loans don't seem like they're paying. You know what I mean? We got defaulted loans, we got commercial defaults. You know what I mean? I got an email the other day that was like, get a HELOC for 1.99% for the first 6 months. And then it's going to go up to like 9%. I'm like, that's not a good deal. Who? We not doing that, you know? Like, so these banks, regardless to what people are saying, regardless to what the stock market is looking like, it's a no, right? People are struggling, especially banks. Okay, this is what I was going to tell y'all really quickly, and then we'll talk about other stuff. Let me put that tab up. So, Houston leads nation in criticized multifamily loans. Record percentage of loans under scrutiny by lenders, right? So, Houston leads the nation's largest metro for the highest percentage of criticized loans, which means, look, criticized loans are early warnings of credit stress and potential default. So loans are deemed criticized based on internal risk ratings from banks. Boom, boom, boom. About 38% of multifamily loans in Houston are criticized, basically. Lenders are concerned about the pace of new construction. That's what everybody's concerned about. We got so many new multifamily properties coming on the market. I think they said like 38,000 new construction is coming on the market, right? So we're going to have a huge influx of inventory, but shoot, who's going to rent them out? Like, who's going to, I guess if you're a renter, then that's going to bring rent prices down. But I don't know. But they keep saying housing shortage. Y'all, we got some properties out here that, you know, maybe are not being accounted for. And I heard like it's builders out here putting sold signs on houses that aren't really sold, right? So just to make it seem like it's a demand. But I know every time I drive through a new community or a new construction, ain't nobody at the model home, right? It's not people lined up looking at homes, even new construction right now, right? So I don't know. And y'all are always asking me, y'all, if you could see my inbox, you'd be like, really, Ashley? I love y'all. I absolutely love you. I love all the emails, the questions, the texts that I get. Y'all, I don't work everywhere. Y'all email me and ask, like, I'm buying a house. Can you help me negotiate? Can you do that? I'd be like, y'all, I would though. You know, I absolutely would. And that's why I say, if you are buying a house right now, if you are in the market to buy a house right now, or you have to buy a house right now, I would just say negotiate, right? That is my number one rule in everything. That's my number one rule in all home buying, regardless, right? But again, I don't look at home buying like most people look at home buying. I look at a house as an investment, right? So the deal got to be good for me to buy it, right? But I get that everybody does not look at home purchases like that, right? Like some of y'all are looking at houses to live in forever and boom, and we're going to build a family and boom, boom, boom. Me, I'm like, how can I add equity to this house and probably one day sell it and make some money, right? That's how I'm looking. But my point is, if you are in the market to buy a home, right? Negotiate. And I said this and I will continue to say this. I'm in the real estate industry, right? So I can talk about my industry, right? I'm in the real estate industry. Or y'all to a lender on a behalf, all of them. You know what I mean? How do you help them save their home? We're going to exhaust every option. I'm going to say, have you done a modification, forbearance? Boom. Do you want to sell it? Boom. Whatever. Like I've had people where I've just gone over to their house and helped them fill out modification paperwork, right? Whatever. I meet them where they are. Look at me. I meet them where they are. So if they just got that foreclosure notice and they have not done anything, I'll say, hey, talk to your bank and let's see if you can do a modification or if you can do a forbearance. I've got connections with our not down payment, but homeowner assistance program here. Like I'll connect them with that. I've helped people get their entire mortgage past due payment paid, you know. And of course, if they want to sell, then of course I help them sell it, right? So I offer all of that as assistance, basically. I heard counties are adopting residential due to the influx of that's a whole nother live, right? Dwayne, you trying to get everybody, we on YouTube. You can't, there's some trigger things that we can't talk about, right? We can't talk about immigrants. We can't talk about politics. Dwayne, we can't talk about it. But you know what I mean? Um, so yes, you're right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Colette. So, but yes, that'll probably be a problem too, Dwayne. But we ain't gonna talk about it. But what was I saying? I just help them how I just meet them where they are and give them their options. And a lot of times I explain to them what happens. A lot of people, like I've called people who are in foreclosure and they're like, we're packing up and we're leaving tonight. And I'm like, leaving to go where? And they're like, we're leaving before it happens. And I'm like, before what happens? And they're like, the foreclosure. And I'm like, it's a process, right? And I tell y'all that. And if you're talking to people, it's a process. But I know when you watch the news, it looks like they're going to come in your house, take your couch and put it on the sidewalk. It doesn't work like that, right? And so I try to explain that to people, homeowners, when they call me. And I totally get it, right? If you've never been in foreclosure, if you've never experienced that, you don't know how it works. You just get this letter that says you have to pay $35,000 by the end of the month, or your house is going up for auction, right? You get that and you like blood pressure through the roof, right? So I try to explain to people that's not how it works. Like, it's a process, and your auction date is not your move out date. And if I can do everything to help you, keep you from going to auction, I will do that as well. I'll do my best. But you guys, if y'all are out here trying to be foreclosure experts and, all that kind of stuff, do not promise people anything. Do not guarantee that you can help them. Do not promise anything. I don't guarantee anything. I just say, I'm going to do my best, right? I will do my best, and we're going to leave the rest. You know what I mean? So I advise y'all, do not make any guarantees. And I know it's people out here charging like $1,000 to help people in foreclosure. That's not what I do. That's not my lane. That's not how I offer assistance. I'm not knocking anybody's business or what they do. That's just not what I do. You know what I mean? So, I guess it's just like a labor of love, right? Like, I'm over here doing community service. I guess that's what I'm doing. So, but, I would advise you, do not guarantee anything to people if you are helping them, because there is no guarantee. Like, I had a house go up for auction with Mr. Cooper last week. Like, they would not take an offer. They would not take a contract. They would not. He said he called to try to pay his entire past due balance, and they were like, no. And they auctioned off his house, and he just bought it in 2022, and they auctioned it off. So I don't guarantee anything. Some of these banks will not work with you. Some of these banks, I think, are just over dealing with homeowners. Like, if they've called you and you have not paid, you've been ignoring them for years, like you haven't paid in years. And now the day before an auction or the week before an auction, now you're trying to work something out. Some of these banks are just like, time's up, right? Like, we've been trying to get in touch with you, and now, so you just do. No, he just bought in, Monica, he just bought in 2022, right? And he bought in 22, bid it up, bid $15,000 over the property. So, but think about this, Monica, even though for him, the homeowner, he didn't have a lot of equity in it, basically. But I mean, the bank can lower that price and put it on the market and get some, the bank can mark the price down. So no, he didn't have any, like, he would have literally, I don't think he would have walked, he might have broke even, because he bid over, the market has kind of come down at this point. And if he would have had to pay real estate fees and closing costs, he would have been, no, he wouldn't have been. And he said it. He said he was just irresponsible, right? He was just irresponsible and was not paying his bills. So, but they auctioned off his house and he just got it in 2022. Nice house too. Um, but he said when he called, Mr. Cooper said it is too late. We've already got the auction scheduled. That happened to me before too. Like I called the bank president one time because I know him. And he was like, Ashley, we already got it scheduled. Like the lawyers and everything, we've already got the paperwork going. He was like, I owe you one, Ashley. I was like, dang. So some of these banks, which is going to be hard for homeowners, right? Some of these banks are just like, it's too late, right? You haven't paid in 2 years. You haven't paid in 3 years, right? So my point is, don't guarantee anything if you are working with people in foreclosure. You just do the best you can do, and that's all you can do, have you ever recovered surplus funds? I always tell people to go like to the attorney or the trustee, whoever sent them. They know who the attorney is. Trust and believe, because they've got certified paperwork. They've got everything. And usually you just reach out to the trustee. Like when I auction off properties, it's a couple of the trustees who are like, just tell the if I talk to the homeowner, tell them to come, like contact the office. They can go to the trustee's office. I'll show you a site really quickly just so y'all can see, because I know I talk about excess funds a lot of times and people don't know what that is or where to get it. I've had people reach out to me and say, where do I get my excess funds? So I shared the site last time, but this is an attorney's office. But can y'all see my screen? Yeah, y'all can see my screen. Here at the top, it says excess proceeds, and they can click and so what my point is, they can reach out to their attorney or the trustee who's over the foreclosure and get their excess funds. See, if you're a borrower who has been foreclosed on, please reach out to our excess proceeds team. If you're a lien holder or HOA with an interest in a property we have foreclosed on, please reach out. And if you are the successful bidder, please contact our foreclosure team. So just refer them to the, trustee or the attorney. Are there, hold on, let me read like I can read. Are there all these options for deed trust sales also, or just, hold on, what? DJ, send me what's the question? I've been trying to translate the questions. What? PropWire is better for easier function. Okay, was there a question I missed? Which is better, PropStream or PropWire? I don't know. I think it depends on everybody. I guess people can weigh in on this. Like if y'all use PropStream or PropWire, pop it in the chat if you're using PropStream or PropWire. I've used both. And honestly, for what I use it for, they both do exactly the same thing, honestly. And one is just free. So, but I guess if you're over there trying to, I don't know what, I guess people use PropStream and PropWire, maybe analyze deals. Maybe PropStream has a better deal analyzer. I don't know. You know what I mean? But for what I use it for, I feel like PropWire works just as good as PropStream. Works the same, honestly. I try to notice how big of a lag there is because, I sometimes file the public notices with the attorney's office. That's that first notice I file, that like notice of default that lets everybody know that the house is going up for auction. Sometimes I'll file that in Mississippi because they still stuck in 1925 and you got to hand deliver paperwork. Like you can't just email it over. So I have to hand deliver the notices and then they file them with the county. My point is, after I just went around the world and said that, my point is I can time how quickly PropWire is picking up. Like if I know I filed that notice on Friday, I'm kind of calculating to see how soon PropWire will pull it until it shows as a pre-foreclosure on their site, right? So I don't know. I think we're looking at about 48 hours, probably 2 or 3 days is how quickly they'll show up after it's been like filed, after I've actually filed it, So, like I said, for what I do, PropWire works just fine. Now, if you're doing something else and need, I don't know what other things people are doing, but I know as an investor, you might be calculating deals and all that kind of stuff. So you might need more of information, basically. But for what I do, it works and it's free, right? So, you mentioned loan modification and some help programs out there to pay off balances, but what if the foreclosure deed of trust instead of a regular mortgage? I don't know. You know what I mean? I feel like you could still, I mean, you just got to talk to I don't know. Look, you're asking me questions and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it could still work the same way. Like, I think all of them have options, right? Like, I mean, I know y'all don't want to do like deed in lieu of a foreclosure, but I mean, that's an option too. And then everybody always knows you can file bankruptcy. That's always the last option, is file bankruptcy. And that will immediately stop an auction. If somebody files bankruptcy, that's what I tell all my clients. Like, if we can't come to a resolution, then you file bankruptcy, right? Well, that'll stop it. That'll just buy you some more time, right? Like, I feel like a lot of people are just buying time at this point. Like, if you are behind on your mortgage like 2 years and 3 years, and like I said, the highest I've seen is like $76,000 behind on their mortgage. So once you get that far behind, a lot of people, I mean, you're just not going to catch up. You're never going to catch up on that, right? You're just not. So some people just get so far behind that, they just don't see any way out and they just walk away from their house, right? So not on my watch, not on my watch. If I can save it, I'm going to try to save it. Absolutely. Since homes are so expensive, and it better just buy. Look, Robert, Robert, not in Florida. Where are the Florida people at? They're going to be like, nope, not in Florida. Condos in Florida going through it right now. But I guess I feel like at the end of the day, I always say, just make sure you can afford it, right? Just make sure you can afford it is my whole point. Whatever you buy, if you buy a condo, a house, a paper bag, right? Make sure you can afford it comfortably. Comfortably. All the syllables in the word comfortably. Make sure you can, not barely, but comfortably. Make sure you can afford it. Like, people like, is it a good time to buy a house right now? If you can afford it comfortably, right? Not you out here maxing out your pre-approval amount, right? Comfortably is what I would say. Well, good. Halls Estrada, help the people. In Broward County, a lot of foreclosures are canceled. Yeah, a lot of them are like postponed, canceled. These banks really trying to work with people. I had an attorney call me, and she was like, because I was auctioning off a property. And she was like, have you talked to the homeowner? And I was like, I have not talked to her. Like, I reached out. She didn't call me back. This is like the day of the auction. And the attorney is like, try to call her again. I'm like, the auction is in 2 hours. They were like, Ashley, just try to. I'm like, y'all really is not trying to auction off these people's houses. So, but, so I forgot my point. But, so if you have a homeowner that has no idea about all this stuff, how do you get permission to talk to the lender for them? Or do you have to get a conference? Okay. So I lead with love, right? That is what I teach. That is my methodology for life. I lead with love, right? So I'm not let me buy your house. I can close quick. It is, how can I help you? How can I assist you? And everybody who has reached out to me, right? Because I'm genuinely trying to help you, right? And I think they get so many phone calls of people like, let me buy your house. Let me buy your house. When I'm like, genuinely, they're like, okay, you really want to help? Yes. I'm like, have you done a modification? Have you done a forbearance? Order your payoff. Hey, conference me in on this phone call. I'll help you talk. Have a good evening, Colette. I'll help you talk to that bank, right? And I have not had any problem. I'll tell them to call. If they can't get through, they'll be like, I authorize Ashley to talk to you. I mean, they do, right? I'm here to help. So that's how I talk to the lender. It's just work for me, but I definitely think it's my approach, right? I'm not leading with, I'm just here to help. I'm just here so I don't get fined and I can buy your house. That's not how I'm leading with, right? I'm leading with, let me help you. And they're like, okay. And if we get to that point where you can't do anything but sell it, then okay, here I am, right? But you just build that trust with people, right? And that's why I've like done this for so long that when I talk to people and they're like, I'm like, who are you with? Mr. Cooper? You got Wells Fargo? Who are you? Bank of America? SPS, volunteer mortgage, and I've established those relationships with some banks. So if they are with Mr. Cooper, I'm like, okay, I already know who to reach out to here. If you are with volunteer mortgage or SPS and all these, I've already established that relationship, right? But it takes time. It takes time to build trust and to know what you're doing so you're not giving out wrong information. You know what I mean? So I think it's all in your approach, honestly. Honestly, is in the approach for me. Gets hit with special assessments due to the new requirements. So a lot of owners are trying to, those special assessments when it comes to condos. It's a condo here downtown, and they're trying to get them to buy a whole new elevator. I was like, ooh wee. But insurance companies rates skyrocketing now. Florida and other states are following that. Are you aware of? Yeah, insurance. Yeah, they're dropping people. Have y'all seen that? They dropping people in California and Florida. And rates. But it's taxes and insurance. Honestly, everywhere, especially Florida, taxes are ridiculous, right? Florida gonna be, but Florida's always the hot spot when it's like a downturn in the market. Florida is always the hot spot. Like they're saying Florida and Texas. Florida and Texas, like Austin, San Antonio. You see Houston already got 38%. Texas, y'all just buckle in and just hang on and be patient. Okay. That's why I do these master classes so y'all can learn and be proactive. So when they come, you're not like, Ashley, what's the website? Ashley, y'all gonna already know, right? That's the whole plan. So our other states following that, you're aware rates skyrocket. I know California and Florida for sure. I bet Texas is on the list with their insurance too. Texas, y'all get hit. Well, Florida always gets hit the hardest, but they're saying Houston is Houston, San Antonio, Texas. That's all I'm saying. Y'all be on guard in Texas. Okay. Make sure you got all the REO websites saved. So when they start, coming, you already got the site saved, basically, what else, you guys? I just got home from my town council meeting in South Florida. All they said was to expect higher tax rates. And I knew that was going to happen. When we start bidding up, when you're in property wars, bidding wars, that's what happens. When home values go up, they're going to reassess those taxes at the higher value. And that's what people have to realize. Like, yes, you got a fixed rate mortgage, right? That's principal, interest, taxes, insurance. Principal and interest are going to stay the same. But baby, your taxes and insurance, I knew that. I knew when they were bidding up, I was like, wait till they reassess these taxes and these people are going to be in trouble. So just imagine people who are already struggling to hang on to their mortgage and their taxes were just reassessed, right? That's what we're seeing now. People's payments jumping up 3, 4. Well, the girl on Instagram said her payment went up $3,000. Who can afford that? You just be like, forget about it. I'm going to pay this. That'll make people walk away from their house. That will make you walk away from your house. And if you don't have it, like what I know they're saying, make sure you file for homestead, like your homestead, but still just an increase in $100 or $200 in your mortgage payment is going to hurt somebody's feelings, can hurt your feelings, y'all. Every time I drive by like the food bank line, it is so long. Our food bank line is so long. It's like at least a mile, maybe a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles long. And it's just getting longer. And that's what they're saying. Like the food bank lines are getting much longer. People, look, while we're on here, let's go look at daily job cuts. Look at me. Come on, class. Let's all turn to church. Turn the page daily job cuts. And let's look and see what's going on. Y'all saw Express file for bankruptcy. I help everybody. Look, I help everybody. Sharon sells ATL. I'm equal opportunity. Food pantry are also getting longer. I know. Food is high. Everything is high. Food is high. Life is high. Houses are high. Life is high, regardless to what the news says, regardless to the consumer is still strong and resilient. But just keep in mind, the longer they say that, the longer the rate's going to be up. Just every time they come out with a report that says we are still spending, where I'm kind of like, is that really true? Or is this just a whole game? You know what I mean? Because what reports are they looking at? Right? Like, but as long as they keep saying everything is good, the rates are going to stay where they are. I hope we all recognize that, right? Like, as long as they keep reporting good numbers, Jerome not lowering those rates. So that is what's going on. So let me look at, hold on, let me show y'all daily job cuts. And we can talk about, I saw somebody mention the mentorship and all that. You guys will talk about it. Give me 1 second. Look at that. The first thing that popped up, dailyjobcuts.com, you guys. This is, bookmark this. I come on here every day because I like to see what's going on in the world, because watching CNN and, hold on, what's that? Watching CNN and Bloomberg and Yahoo Finance will have you thinking that everything is pink star burst and unicorn in the world. And it's not, right? Everybody's got a job. Everybody's working. Y'all, these jobs are laying off. Mortgage assistance programs open in Atlanta. Hertz sells 10,000. Red Lobster filing, but not Red Lobster in the biscuits. Red Lobster seeks a buyer as it looks to avoid bankruptcy. Let's see what else is going on. Not Red Lobster. Y'all saw Southwest is laying off. Hold on. Tennessee. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Southwest is laying off. Okay. So that's the big news articles right here, right? That's news articles. Then if you look over here, they have layoffs. And over here is all the stores that are closing and filing bankruptcy. If you get on this site, Southwest Airlines is letting go of 2,000 people. A whole lot of schools letting go. I don't know what's going on. Whirlpool is letting go 1,000 salary jobs. That's middle class right there, you guys. That's middle class for sure. It's a lot of college layoffs. I guess everybody said, we ain't finna deal with Sally Mae. Baby, ain't nobody dealing with Tesla letting go of 6,000 people. You see over on this side, these are stores that are closing and that are filing bankruptcy on this side. So y'all bookmark daily job cuts for sure, because they'll have you thinking that everything is peaches and cream, and it's not. It's people losing their job. And when you lose your job, you're going to lose your house too, probably. Food pantry, because pink's Yep, Tesla's on there. You see, I think I just showed Tesla, what they laying off 6,000 people. Anytime I see layoffs, I'm always like, I hope they didn't just buy a house. I hope they did not just buy a house. And you hope that those are not some of the people that are looking to refinance, because they are not going to be able to refinance if they don't have that income. So if you just lost your job and you're holding on to a mortgage, hoping and praying because you thought if you buy now and refinance later, you're going to be okay, lose your job and see if they still approve you. You absolutely will not. They will not approve you. Pay one of your bills late and see if they will still let you refinance. They will not. And that's what was missing from the narrative of date the house. No, what? Date the rate, marry the house. That's what was missing from that narrative. How do you refinance? Nobody talked about that, right? So everybody made it seem like it was so easy. You just buy the house now and then you can refinance. You guys, it's not that easy to refinance. It is not. You have to have the credit. You have to get that loan all over again. And these lenders have tightened restrictions. They are tightening now, asking for more things, basically, because that's what happens. Rates are up. They pull them back. They've got tighter restrictions when it comes to lending money. So imagine like 6,000 people. I bet you somebody in that 6,000 bought a house, right? You just hope it's not somebody who was struggling to pay their mortgage. because look, you lose your job, that's your income. There go your income. You can't refinance. So we'll see what happens, you guys. Yeah, Tesla and Express filed bankruptcy. Look at me. Not that I've been in an Express in 10 years at least, but I used to go in there, right? We all used to go to Express and Limited and all those companies. But okay, let me see. I'm missing questions. I know I'm missing questions about, I think I saw somebody say something about, oh, y'all want to talk about the mentorship. Look at me. Oh, y'all want to talk about the mentorship. So, you guys, let's talk about it because I know I talked about it in the masterclass and I brought it up and then I kind of pulled it back. So, this is what we have done. This is, and we means me, myself, and I. This is what we have done. I bottled up my whole mentorship, you guys. I bottled it up and I put it in a course for you. And you can go through the course yourself, right? I bottled it up. I've got even mentorship videos in it. I teach you what I teach in the mentorship, like when I go through, because the mentorship is to help people. It's like a foreclosure mastery marketing mentorship. I have real estate agents in the mentorship. I have real estate investors who are in the mentorship that want to use, like, get foreclosures as a lead generation. I have real estate agents that want to start marketing the foreclosures, right? And people who just want to offer assistance to people in foreclosure, right? Kind of like what I do, right? That's what they want to do. So I made the mentorship. And so I've had the mentorship running for like the last 6 months, 8 months, the last 8 months. And so, but I started noticing everybody had like the same questions, right? Y'all were like, how do you market? What do you do? How do you reach out? So I bundled all that up into one course, right? And you can go through it at your own pace. I actually recorded my whole marketing schedule, like what I do, how I find leads, how I reach out. I recorded all of it so you can see. So I made the course and boom, I put the link there. It's open. I will put the link down there. Now, I also, because I got some pushback because y'all are like, I want a mentorship, Ashley. And I'm like, y'all take the course first and see if you still need me, right? But, you know, y'all are like, no, hold my hand. So, so the mentorship is open, right? And I'm going to say the mentorship is open, right? But here's the thing. The new course is the Foreclosure Marketing Blueprint, right? It's up on the site. It's like the first or second one. You guys use code Tuesday. Use code Tuesday for a coupon code. But if you just have to have me on Wednesday nights, you want me. Now I get the mentorship that I'm in. We go over deals. We go over when people call you. Like you have me there. Like every Wednesday, I can answer questions. You're like, Ashley, how do I deal with this at the bank? How do I do? Like I get y'all want that, right? But if you need me, if you have to have me in a mentorship, you guys, it's significantly more. The cost is significantly more. I priced my mentorship course. It's good. Everybody can get it. Boom. But if you get the mentorship, you get the course for sure. You get the course, you get all the letter bundles, and then you get me on Wednesday nights talking my butt off, right? And you do get like the cold calling examples and you get all of that with me and I can help you go through deals. Like when people call you, look, when people call my mentees, they call me and they're like, Ashley, a lady just called me back. I'm like, okay, let's walk through this, right? We analyze deals. I tell you like what you can offer, what I think you should offer on a property, right? So I get that y'all like that. Both links are up, you guys. Both links are up. The course is up. Use code Tuesday. Let me throw the link. And the mentorship is up. It is 3 months. We're going to meet on Wednesdays. Okay. What is the daily job cuts? Dailyjobcuts.com is the link. There. It's all there. There's the link. Boom. Have your way. But there's what it is. But if you don't feel like you need me, just get the course and go through the course, you guys. But if you feel like you need me and you want me to mold you into becoming a foreclosure expert like myself, then you can get the mentorship. It's 3 months. Boom. We meet on Wednesdays. Boom. Wednesday evenings. Wednesday evenings. Because I still auction. That's why I made the course, you guys, because I still auction, right? I still work. So, boom. All the links are up. It will start the May 1st is Wednesday. It will not be the first Wednesday in May. It'll be the second Wednesday in May is when we will start. Okay. Boom. There it is. Whoop. There it is. Okay. You can get the course. Boom. Teach yourself. Be self-motivated. Go through that. Or you can go to the mentorship. In the mentorship, you get the course. You get the course. Because I want you to go through the course first. And then when we meet on Wednesdays, we can talk. Okay. So the mentorship comes with the course. It comes with the letter bundles. It comes with all that. Or you can just get the course. Boom. For everybody's budget. It's for everybody's budget. Yes. Second Wednesday of May is when it will start. Right. I have been doing mentorship every Wednesday for the last 8 months. Hear me. So, not May 1st. We're not doing May 1st. We will start the second week of May. Okay. Okay. And if you get the course and you're like, Ashley, I want to be in the mentorship, then just hit me up and we'll do that. Right. But maybe take the course first. Okay. So, there's that. Use code Tuesday for the course. Okay. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program. Okay. Daily job cuts. We got that working right now. Yeah, the mentorship is, it's me on Wednesdays, and y'all see how I am here. So you can imagine having me to yourself. Okay, let's keep going. I got some questions. Okay, do y'all mind if we talk about auctions for just a second? Because I got some questions about auctions. Y'all always ask me about auctions because I am your auction mama, right? Or do y'all just want to talk about foreclosures? Y'all just want to talk about foreclosures? Let's talk about all of it, right? I'm going to ask you what y'all want to talk about. We're going to talk about what y'all want to talk about. Okay, really quick. I already put everybody on. No, there's a site that I did not. I shared it at the live masterclass. Shout out to everybody that came to the masterclass. I think like 2,000 people have watched it at this point. So shout out to everybody. I hope you all enjoyed it. I shared, like some careers for real estate. Auction.com is hiring. That's such a country word, huh? Is hiring right now. So y'all can look, especially in Texas. They got some jobs in Texas. Auction.com. I'm about to share my screen. So check them out. Pre-foreclosures. Is that what y'all want to talk about? Then okay, auctions, pre-foreclosure. Okay. I'm like, okay. Well, I guess I won't share my screen. Y'all want to talk about auctions and pre-foreclosure. So y'all know where to find auctions, right? I shared that one site with you. And the thing about auctions is okay. So auctions, you guys, auctions, everybody's always like, because, I'm like the auction mama. I talk about foreclosures. They see me auctioning. So everybody's always like, I want to come see you at the auction. In reality, you don't want to come. Most of y'all do not want to come see me at the auction. In reality, most of you want an REO property. Honestly, just being honest. Because auction properties, how many of y'all, let's talk about it right now. Press 1 if you would buy a property that you cannot see the inside of. You would drop off $50,000, $100,000 on a property that you can't see. Type 1 if yes, Ashley, I absolutely would do that. Type 2 if you like, hell no, to the no. You know what I mean? Type 1 if you would. Type 2 if you would not. And let's see. See, they're going Monica already. Monica is a strong 2. Strong 2. See, I knew that. See, look, 2. I have yet to see a 1. There we go, DJ Simi. There go a 1. Worthy of paying for easier access to due diligence. You talking about like title searches? Is that what you mean, Dwayne? One, okay. It's always going to be my investors are always going to say one. Like seasoned investors usually are going to say one, right? But I'm talking about if you are a maybe like a newer investor, most will say two, right? When I posted on social media, would you buy a house you can't see the inside of? Most people are like, hell no, right? So understand at the auction with me, you can't see the inside of houses. That's the difference between auction and REO properties. That's what we talked about at the masterclass, right? Homeowners could still be in that house. 99% of the time, when you go to the auction, you're buying blind. You have no idea what the inside, what kind of repairs it needs on the inside, none of that. I always say everybody blood pressure cannot handle the auction. That is not everybody's blood pressure level. Okay? Buying a house blind. And again, people could still live in it. The homeowners could possibly still be in that house, right? Um, but for somebody that does not if you don't have that experience, a lot of investors, right? My seasoned investors, they know like, boom, okay, if I can buy it at the right price, I know how much an 1,800 square foot house is going to cost me to remodel. Like the bathroom is probably going to be like 5,000. This, you know what I'm saying? So they don't have to see because they already know like an estimate of how much it's going to cost to remodel it, right? So they're cool with that as long as you get it at the right price. Most people do not feel comfortable dropping off $100,000 in cash for a house that they can't see. Because I don't give you refunds. You don't get a refund from me at the courthouse, right? It's not. And I need your cash as soon as the auction is over. As soon as I say going once, twice, sold, I need the full amount right then and there, right? And most people can't do that either, honestly. I need the full amount. It doesn't matter if it's $50,000, $500,000, or $5 million. I need it in cash right then and there. Certified funds, because y'all gonna be like, cash? No, don't bring a duffel bag. Don't bring a suitcase. Don't bring me no brown paper bag, right? Certified funds, cashier's check, but it's got to be in the full amount. That's not for everybody either, right? When you talk about having that kind of liquid cash, right? So most people need to go to the REO, get an REO property, real estate owned by the bank. You can get traditional financing, FHA, conventional, VA. Boom. You can see the inside of that property. You get keys to the property. You can do an appraisal. You can do a home inspection. You can back out of that deal with the bank. You can't back out the deal with me. you, you can't back out of a deal with me, right? You can, what did I say? Put down earnest money. You can negotiate with the bank, right? When you're buying an REO property, you can't negotiate with me, right? When I give that opening bid, it is what it is. I need at least that amount plus $1. That's what I need. So you can't even negotiate with me at the auction, right? So that's why I'm saying the auction is not for everybody, right? But, once you get your coins and we all, when the market takes a downturn and we all get wealthy off of investment properties, then y'all can come see me at the auction, right? I'm going to be auctioning in Miami at that point. I'm going to be in Miami. I'm going to be on y'all side. I'm not going to even be auctioning. I'm going to be bidding with y'all, honestly. So, REO is the route. That's what HUD Home Store, HUDHomestore.gov. That's home. I'm typing it in the chat. Homesteps.com. These are all REO websites. Homepath.com. Right? I think Truist is truestreo.com. And I know a lot of times there's not a lot of sites, a lot of houses on there right now. Save them, bookmark them, right? Because they will come. They will come. Even auction.com has bank-owned properties, right? So if your blood pressure cannot handle buying a house blind, get an REO. Get an REO property or talk to the homeowner before it go to auction. The REO, they're out of, they will, you got to negotiate. You guys negotiate, 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 negotiate. Okay, you guys negotiate. I'm telling you that. Negotiate with the bank. They selling these loans to they selling these loans to hedge funds for nothing, for pennies. Y'all better negotiate. Lowball the bank. Lowball the bank. Okay, you guys? That's somebody needs to become an REO agent and then let us know the tea. Let us know the scoop on what we need to do, right? I mean, I've worked with them before and I know I negotiate, but I'm going to negotiate, period. I'm going to negotiate if it's the bank. I'm going to negotiate if it's another agent, regardless, regardless. And that's what I advise everybody to do. If you are an investor, if you are a homeowner, if you are in the market for a property, I'm in the real estate industry, right? Negotiate. And I know there are agents that will not, or not as, I'm gonna say not as confident to negotiate a deal, right? And I've said this before and I still stand on this. Um, the market is tough right now for a lot of agents. It is tough right now, right? So agents are trying to, make money the best way they can right now because the market is kind of dried up. But don't let that stop you from negotiating, right? If you're a home buyer, right? I'm telling you, you don't want to catch a falling knife. That's what I keep saying. And I'm talking about home prices coming down, right? If you see home values coming down in your market, don't pay the string. Don't pay full price, right? You need to really negotiate that offer that you're making because you're going to be the one buying it. And then 6 months from now, you're going to be upside down, right? And I saw that with the deal that I'm working right now. I have a short sale. The guy was in foreclosure, and we had a short sale because he's upside down. And we got offers and an agent reached out with their client. Their client loved the house. And keep in mind, it's a short sale. Everybody heard me say short sale, right? Does everybody know what a short sale is? That means that my client is upside down on his house. The loan, what he owes, is more than the house is worth. And so now I'm offering the bank lower, much less than what is owed. That is a short sale. He's upside down. Everybody clear on that? The agent asked me when they called, like, my clients love it, but they want to avoid the short sale and just go ahead and pay pay the balance. What does your client owe to the bank? They just want to pay that and bypass the short sale. Why would you put your client in that position? So either you don't know what a short sale is, or I know your client doesn't know what a short sale is, but you as the agent, why would I ever write a deal where my client is going to be upside down, right? And so maybe it's because he, as the agent, had no idea what a short sale is, right? Maybe that's what it was, right? But my point is, like, I would never. I don't even let my clients waive appraisals. Find you another agent. You can't waive an appraisal with me. But don't, I wouldn't do my client like that, right? He was like, they want to bypass the short sale process and they'll just pay whatever he owes the bank. Why? I'm telling you, my client is upside down. That's why I'm short selling this property. Why would you do your client like that, right? But I think it was honestly, he didn't even, as the agent, he didn't even know what a short sale was. My point is, something like when you go to the doctor, right? You've got to advocate for yourself, right? You've got to advocate for yourself if you are buying a house. So they don't want to assume it. And the interest rate, my guy's interest rate is, it's lower. It's a 5.6. It's a 5.6. No, they was just trying to get approved for a loan for my client's entire balance, which was not going to happen anyway once that appraisal went out, which furthermore let me know that the agent had no idea what a short sale is. But my point is, advocate for yourself. If you are an investor, if you are a home buyer, and I said this, I'm trying to say it as nicely as I can, But then again, I'm in the industry. So, I mean, I'm talking about my own industry. When people need money, right? Their actions aren't always, they're not going to always advocate for you as hard as they can, right? Because they need a commission check. You know what I mean? So they're not going to lowball or negotiate as hard because they don't want to lose this deal, right? Because they need their bills paid, right? So keep that in mind a lot of times, right? I say if you're a buyer or if you're an investor and you've got an agent, and again, I'm an agent, I'm not talking about our industry. I would ask, see how knowledgeable your agent is. Like, I'm going to lowball you, right? I'm going to negotiate, right? Honestly, I'll refer my clients out to let somebody else show them, right? Let me know when you find a house so I can so the fun starts with me, right? Because I'm going to negotiate that deal, honestly. So, do you recommend a sumo? I mean, if you can, you know what I mean? If they got a good low interest rate and you can, and that bank will let you, it's hard when you got a client in foreclosure trying to assume that mortgage. But if you can find somebody who's got a low, if y'all don't know what assuming a loan is, it's basically where a lot of these sellers that bought in 2022, when interest rates were at 2%, right? They've got a great interest rate, they've got a great payment, and say they want to sell. As a buyer, depending on if that loan is assumable, the buyer could come in, they're going to have to qualify, and they can basically get that homeowner's loan. They can assume that loan with the terms, right? That's what assuming a loan means. I guess it's similar to subject to, which I know is very popular right now, subject to loans, but subject to, you do not go through the bank. It's just you and the seller, right? The bank doesn't know that you taking over that payment. But it's basically the same thing. Assumable, you going through the actual process of getting that loan and all that kind of stuff. So just advocate for yourself, and because home values are coming down for sure. For sure, for sure. And the more people who put their house on the market, the more these home values going to come down. So if you are looking for a home, negotiate. Negotiate for sure. That have outbid periods. If the auction isn't outbid, can you still get with the homeowner and buy from them? I don't know. So if they, as long as that homeowner still is that decision maker, maybe talk to the homeowner and like have them call the bank and make sure, like, well, since it didn't sell at auction, can I go ahead and sell it? You know what I mean? Just communicate and see if that homeowner can get a contract on their house, and if it didn't sell at auction, I would try it and see. I've seen, like, I've auctioned off properties and they didn't sell, and they went back, and then the bank like renegotiated that opening bid again, right, to make it lower. But that bought the homeowner some time to like sell it, right? So I mean, the bank didn't buy it back. So they were just trying to sell it. So yeah, and that's what happens when home value, like when inventory starts going up, you guys, these houses are sitting on the market. The longer these houses sit, price reduction, you know what I'm saying? And I always say the good thing about real estate is your home is valued, is based off the homes around you. The bad thing about real estate is your home value is based on the homes around you. So it can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. It only takes 2 or 3 people to put their house on the market for less than what you paid, and then there goes your equity, right? Now, that's why home buying is an investment, you guys, and that's the part that people forgot the last 2 and 3 years. Like, it's not a shirt at Target, you guys. We're not buying a shirt at Target. It is an investment, right? Now, I get if you're going to buy your forever home and you don't ever plan on moving, but you've got to be smart about buying like $100,000 asset, right? Or it's going to be $100,000 liability, right? So when people were like overbidding and waiving appraisal contingencies, right? That's not how that's, and here we are, right? And here we are, right? And I knew this was going to happen. I feel like anybody I mean, some people just got, agents got paid, builders got paid during that time, but we all knew that can't last, right? That can't, you can't overbid 40 and 50 offers on a house and houses getting bid up. That can't last, right? And I knew that when it was happening. I'm like, this can't last, right? Like when they said we're going on COVID lockdown, remember, we were all like, what is lockdown? But I remember like walking, because that's all we were doing at that time during COVID when we were on lockdown. And I'm like, this can't last, right? Like lockdown can't last forever. They can't just keep us at home. And that's what the same thing that I thought when people were bidding up properties. I heard somebody paid $100,000 over asking. Like their agent told them to offer $100,000 over. Y'all, that's not, I don't know, you guys. I don't know. We will see what happens. But look, as quick as it went up, it's coming right on back down, which is what usually happens. You know what I mean? That's just not how things work. So again, when rates do come down, which who knows when they're going to come down, be smart about buying stuff, right? When they do come down and everybody's feeling like people are going to rush out to buy houses, that's what people think. Be smart about home prices, buying, negotiating. Don't ever empty out your bank account and 401k and pension and all this to buy a house. That's just not smart, right? And now here we are, and people don't have money, right? Because they emptied out their savings buying a house. But I know nobody on my channel did that. I know nobody here tonight did that, because we're all saving our money, putting it under our mattress, paying down our bills. We are not buying flat screen TVs. We are being prepared. We are getting prepared for when it does come, when the opportunities come, right? Yes. Craziness. Yes. And here we are, right? Here we are. So anyway, REO properties, what were y'all asking me? Did somebody say something about happens over 200K as we speak in March? Just be, you know what I mean? As long as you got a plan, like a strategy. Like if you're an investor and you're paying, you know what the end game is, right? And that's the thing with like first time home buyers or new home buyers. When you don't know, you don't know. And if you don't have an agent or somebody advocating you or telling you like, hold on, this isn't what we need to do. Like maybe we need to go find another house, and then mortgage lenders, they like, you know what I mean? All these incentives just to get you, like, you don't have to put down a down payment. You can get gift funds from a family member. We've gotten looser restrictions, like, all these tactics to get people to buy. But when you foreclose, right, you can't call your mortgage lender. We don't have that loan anymore. But you're like, well, what? You pre-approved me. No, we're just the originator. You got to call your mortgage servicer now, right? They're not even talking to you at that point after they close the deal, How do we contact the banks for them? What's the protocol? So REOs, they have a site. Remember all those sites that I put in here? Let's go look at one of those sites real quick. Y'all, I've already been on here an hour and 17 minutes. Already an hour and 17 minutes. HUD Home Store. That's one that a lot of people are familiar with. Hold on, here I come. Let me share my screen with you. So it's just a site where you go on here and you got to register. Some of them you have to register, some of them you don't. And you put in where you're looking listings. Let's see. HUD approved nonprofit site. They usually give preference to nonprofit owner organizations and owner occupant places like that. Who else? Auction.com has bank owned as well, you guys. Like I showed you this. Bank owned and foreclosure on auction.com. So you can negotiate on those if it's bank owned. Like this is bank owned. You can negotiate on those. They got an open and bid on there, 85,000. There's one in Atlanta. That's a big one. Look at me. That's a big one. Atlanta. I act like y'all not on here. Like I'm at home looking at these myself by myself, and y'all aren't even on here. Sorry, you guys. Opening bid is 720. Just, oh, let me say this. When it comes to auctions, you guys, the screen is dark. Y'all can't see yet? Not yet? You still can't see? Okay, let me stop. Never mind. Before the whole screen frees up, never mind. Never. Oh, it came. Just came back. Y'all, I took the screen down. I think it's a slight, y'all, I took the screen down. I think it's a slight lag. I hope y'all can see that. It's a lag. It's okay. I'm looking at your comments and I can tell there's a lag between when I put something up on the screen and when y'all see it, when I look at the comments. So I took it down, you guys. I'm sorry. But because I didn't think y'all could see it. I didn't think y'all could see it. But you can bid. Oh, what I was gonna say, the difference between auctions, you guys, absolute auctions and reserve auctions. I've talked about this before. There is a delay. I got you. Captain John Smith, don't come on here talking about is that dial up. I did have dial up when I was younger, you guys. I had that. He's trying to be funny. Captain John Smith. Okay, anyway, I'm back. You guys, it's a delay. It's for sure a delay. And I can tell by the comments, it's a delay. But what I was going to say, absolute and reserve auctions, you guys. Absolute means I conduct absolute auctions. That means the opening bid, as long as I get $1 over, you get the property. Reserve bid means there's a reserve that has to be met, right? A minimum amount that the bank wants to get before they sell it, okay? So a lot of times on auction.com, it'll say reserve not met or something like that. That just means you got to bid higher, right? They're looking for a certain amount before they sell it, which you feel like the opening bid should just be the reserve, like whatever they're looking to get, but it's not. It's just the starting bid, honestly. Thank you, Nick, Hammock, and other must-haves. Thank you for taking up for me, Captain John Smith. Y'all, I've been on here an hour and 21 minutes. I'm not sure what else y'all want me to talk about. I have not come up with the master class for May yet, but I guess I will. I went over the mentorship already. You guys, there's the course. You can take the course or you can get the mentorship, right? Go through the course and see if you really need me. But if you really need me on Wednesdays to hold your hand and walk you through, then we can do that too. The course, use coupon code Tuesday. Did y'all go watch the movies I told y'all to watch? The coupon code for the auction accelerator is thank you. The coupon code for the course is Thursday. I know you're like, Ashley, really? I'm sorry. I try to help y'all, but then I just have to remember the coupon codes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I try to help as much as I possibly can. If you have questions, your agent Ashley at Gmail. Your agent Ashley at Gmail. Welcome to all the new subscribers and followers and all the things. I try to share as much as I can with you as I see things happening. Eventually, I'll probably come on here and be like, y'all, I'm at the auction. This is what's going on. This is what happened at the auction this week. You guys, I'll try to keep you up to date on what I'm hearing with like the attorneys and the trustees, because they'll see the foreclosures, they see them already. I'm auctioning next week in Mississippi, so I'll probably try to make a video while I'm in Mississippi, because y'all like to see the auction process. Go to the auction, you guys. Y'all go to an auction just to go and see. You don't have to pay. You don't have to register. You don't have to do any of that. Go find an auction where you are and go to it. And just don't bid. If you don't have any coins, just don't bid. Okay. Just sit there and listen and look and maybe network. You can find you some cash buyers. A lot of y'all have reached out. I've had quite a few people reach out and they're like, I'm helping foreclosures in my city. I want to do what you're doing in my city. Yes, Melissa, go to the auction. Yes, go to the auction for sure, for sure. Yeah, but I try to help as much as I can, you guys. I'm about to lose my voice. I'm about to turn into like a werewolf with my voice, honestly. You went to the, how did it go? Send me pictures. I'm like a little kid. I'm like, you should have sent me pictures. Is it true if you buy the house at a tax sale, you only pay the taxes and own the home? What if it has a mortgage? I know people, I did a master class on tax liens and tax sales. Um, yeah, usually I think you just pay. So tax sales, you pay the back past due taxes, right? And then you get it, then you're bidding on the house. Tax liens, you're bidding on a certificate basically. You pay the taxes, the homeowner's taxes, they give you a certificate and you get to collect interest on that certificate. You collect interest. And then if the homeowner comes back, they have to pay all the fees. And if the homeowner never comes back, then you end up getting the property after a certain amount of time. But I do sound like a werewolf once it gets I don't know. I guess I talk all day and then I get on here and try to talk. Um So that's what happened. But yeah, it does. It is the taxes, right? It is because I mean, taxes can foreclose on you, HOA can foreclose on you, taxes can foreclose on you, and your primary mortgage can foreclose on you, right? Those are the only liens that you buy. You buy tax liens, you can buy HOA lien, or you can buy like that primary mortgage. You don't buy HELOCs. Do not buy a second mortgage. Do not buy a home equity line of credit, or your feelings are going to be hurt all year. Your feelings will be hurt all year if you buy the wrong lien at the auction. I'm just letting you know. All they're going to say is thank you, but you won't have any ownership of that property. So make sure you do a good title search. Make sure you do a good title search to make sure you're buying the right lien. If you need to learn how to do a title search, I made a course for you. Auction Accelerator. It's there. The Auction Accelerator, I teach you how to do a title search. I give you a repair bid. I teach you how to calculate your maximum bid. I teach you how to calculate repairs. Use code. Thank you. I'm always giving y'all a code for something. I guess I don't believe in charging full price, huh? I don't know what it is, right? Okay, you guys, it's been an hour and 26 minutes. Don't forget my 3 favorite movies, The Big Short, 99 Homes, and The Inside Job. I watched The Inside Job before I came on here. I watched it just to piss myself off, honestly. But I watched it. It's on Amazon Prime right now for free. If you have Amazon Prime, The Inside Job is on there right now for free. So go watch it and get upset with me. It starts off slow, but it'll pick up. I promise it'll pick up. It starts off slow though. So you guys, I think that is all I have. I know it's a lag. I know some of y'all are over there typing because it's a lag for sure. So everything is, I don't know when I'll come back, but I will send out. Yes, watch all 3 of them. Watch all 3. The Big Short, look, The Big Short. Everybody's seen that probably. 99 Homes. It's got profanity in it, so don't watch it with your kids unless you use profanity around your kids. And The Inside Job. You're welcome. Y'all go watch it and then we can talk about it. And then we can talk about it. My voice is leaving. But okay, you guys, if you have any questions, your agent Ashley at Gmail. The mentorship is up. The course is up. I gave you my whole blueprint, exactly how I market. Exactly. So get that. If you have to have me as a mentor, get the mentorship, you guys. It will not be the first week of May. It will be the second week of May. The second Wednesday in May is when we will start. I have not had a Wednesday off in like 8 months. I might have had 2 in there, but I have been running the mentorship for the last 8 months, right? So this Wednesday, May 1st, we will not have it. That will give you time to go through the course and then we can all reconvene the second Wednesday. Okay. That is the plan. All the links are linking. They are where they are. Okay, you guys, that is it. That's all I have for you guys. I enjoyed it. It's always a good time. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know what you got to do. I'm on Instagram, Your Agent Ashley on Instagram. That's all I got. Hope y'all have a good weekend. Tomorrow's Friday. Ooh. That's all I got. You guys, I hope y'all have a good night. I know y'all are over there typing because it's a delay, but Have a good night, you guys. Have a good night. I'll send out an email when I'm coming back so y'all know when I'm back and y'all can tune in. I will let you know when I am back. I'm starting to sound like a frog already. So I'm getting off of here. I will talk to you all soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good night, you guys. Good night. I'm typing good night. Have a good night, everybody. Tyson, Melissa, Monica, Neck Hammock, and other must-haves said. Good night, you guys. I'm hanging up the phone.